Innocent the village thief. In the village of Umu Nwafo, a place where the earth was the color of ripe kola nuts and the laughter was as loud as the afternoon rain, lived a young man named Innocent. Now, don't let his name fool you. Innocent was many things: quick of foot, sharp of eye, and as charming as a mango seller, but innocent of wrongdoing he was not. He was the village's shadow, the one whose hands seemed to move faster than the moon could hide, and who could lift a yam from a pot on the fire without disturbing the steam. He was, in short, Innocent, the village thief. His favorite pastime was challenging the old ways, and his nemesis was the frail but fierce Mama Ekaite, the oldest woman in the village, whose eyes saw things the rest of Umu Nwafo missed. One dry season morning, Mama Ekaite stood before Innocent's hut, her walking stick thumping the red dust. "Innocent," she cried, her voice like grinding stones. "Give me back my prized black-plumed brood hen. I know your hands took it as the cock crowed." Innocent, who was indeed plucking the stolen hen behind his hut, sauntered out with a false smile. "Mama Ekaite, you insult me. I am a provider, not a petty thief. Your old eyes are playing tricks." But Mama Ekaite was not fooled. She pointed a gnarled finger, clutching a crooked gourd she used for water. "Catchy part," she hissed. "The earth itself knows the taste of your stolen greed." In a fit of arrogant rage, because a thief hates nothing more than being caught, Innocent gave the old woman a harsh shove. Mama Ekaite stumbled, dropping her crooked gourd, which split on a rock. As she fell, she let loose a terrible, shuddering wail that silenced the birds in the nearby trees. "You have struck the voice of the ancestors," she screamed, tears mixing with the dust on her face. "Because you chose power over truth. Listen to this, you shall never again take a thing for yourself. Everything you steal, from this moment on, will find its way back to its rightful owner. The moment the sun sets, your hands will betray you." Innocent just laughed, walking away with his stolen fowl. The other villagers, shaking their heads, helped Mama Ekaite up. The cause was a silent terror. That evening, Innocent decided to steal the biggest, shiniest trinket in the village, the chief's ceremonial brass staff, studded with cowrie shells. He crept into the chief's compound, expertly slipped the staff out, and raced back to his hut, his heart pounding with triumph. But as he placed the staff against the wall, it began to slide. Scare, scare, scare. It didn't just slide. It seemed to work on its own, scraping the ground and drawing attention, until it fell with a loud clang right back against the wall of the chief's sleeping quarters. The chief woke up, saw his staff, and simply assumed it had fallen over. Innocent was baffled, but he tried again. He stole 10 fat yams from the communal barn. He carefully stacked them outside his door. The next morning, he woke up to find the yams gone, replaced by a neat pile of goat droppings. A farmer swore he saw his yams, rolling away like runaway children, toward the communal barn at midnight. The villagers noticed Innocent was still stealing. They'd see him with a goat, or a sack of beans, or a brightly patterned cloth, but they'd always find the item back where it belonged the very next morning, sometimes in bizarre ways. A stolen goat was found standing inside its original owner's cooking pot. Innocent was now a ragged, starving man. He had to beg for food because, though his hands could steal, the cost meant his stomach could not keep the spoils. Then, news swept through Umu Nwafo. Mama Ekaite had passed away in her sleep. A funeral was held, and the villagers gathered to mourn the wise, fierce woman. Innocent stood far back, shivering, convinced the cause would now become permanent. As the women wailed and the drummers beat their sorrow, the new chief stood up to speak. He spoke of Mama Ekaite's wisdom and long life. "And listen to this, people of Umu Nwafo," the chief proclaimed. Before her passing, Mama Ekaite called me to her side. She told me the truth of the famous innocent thefts. Every eye turned towards Innocent, who tried to melt into the shadow of a mango tree. She said, the curse I placed on Innocent was not to punish him forever, but to teach him to provide for himself. For when a man cannot keep what he steals, he must learn to earn to keep what he needs. Mama Ekaite's final, gentle twist of the knife was revealed. The curse had been a forced reformation, not a life sentence. Innocent wept, not from sorrow, but from the immense shame of realizing the old woman had given him the gift of a clean slate through the very act of cursing him. The curse was broken. The old woman had passed, and her purpose was fulfilled. Never stole, but because he learned that the greatest gift in life is the ability to create and keep, not to take and lose. The catchy ending. The people of Omu Nwafo often tell this story to their children.